friends. Tell me, when was the last time someone sent you a health related WhatsApp text or video message? What? Just a short while ago? Trust me, I believe you completely. Friends, we are all living in this era of information overload thanks to internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, etc. etc. So many people are forwarding us so much of information, especially medical or health related information, that it is easy to feel lost in this jungle of information and to feel as though you are drowned in this ocean of information. Tell me, how would you feel if you had a doctor friend who would sift through all this complex technical medical information and provide you only with that information which is reliable and practically helpful in day-to-day life? Nice idea, isn't it? Well, that is the main aim of starting my own YouTube channel, primarily for my non-medical friends and patients out there. Armed with this information, you can derive maximum benefit from healthcare setups as and when you fall sick or even otherwise. Naturally, you would be wondering, who am I? Whether I am competent enough to provide you with information on a topic as complex as medicine? Friends, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Amol Zavdekar. I did my MBBS in the year 1997 and MD in pathology in the year 2002 from BJ Medical College, Pune. Thus, I have a total of 18 years post-MD experience. After working in various institutes within and outside India, I started my own private lab by the name of Goodwill Pathology Lab at Kothurud, Pune. In my lab, not only do I do pathology testing, but give treatment also, allopathic, Ayurvedic and homeopathic. As in May 2020, I have been studying allopathy for the past 28 years, homeopathy for 21 years and Ayurveda for the past 4 years. Well, after this brief introduction, let me tell you that although I am going to make videos on some important medical topics being a pathologist, let me begin by making the first video on a topic that is addressing the most common concerns which people have related to pathology testing. Usually, people have a few important questions when it comes to pathology testing, such as: why to do pathology testing in the first place? How frequently should pathology lab testing be done? How to select a good pathology lab for testing? We will address these questions in this first video. Why do results vary between two different labs? Why am I being asked to repeat a particular test? Why charges for same test differs between different pathology labs? We will address these questions in the next video. Let's begin with the first question. Why to do pathology lab testing in the first place? The most common question that comes to the minds of even educated people is, I am not suffering from any symptoms, then why should I unnecessarily get tested, spend the time, money and energy on the same? To anyone who has this question in his or her mind, I would like to ask few questions which will provide an insight into this issue. Haven't you ever heard of patients saying that one particular Mr. Person was hale and hearty and doing all his routine work, and then all of a sudden he had a heart attack and expired? He was so young, say just 40 plus, such a young age to die. Haven't you heard of patients saying that they were suffering from seemingly minor headache and ignored it, assuming that to be a tension headache, and were shocked to find MRI which showed an advanced brain tumor? Haven't you ever heard of patients saying that they were suffering from recurrent nausea, lack of appetite, improper digestion, and were surprised to find deranged liver function tests? To be honest, we all have heard of many such real life incidences, but love to believe that these things happen only to others, not to us. We would rather enjoy bliss in ignorance than come face to face with an underlying medical condition, however trivial it may be. Such incidences occur because in the majority of diseases in the early stage, there are no symptoms. They produce either no symptoms or produce minor symptoms which patients prefer to ignore rather than follow up. That's one reason behind getting your annual medical health checkup. The other reason is importance of baseline value of any test. Friends, listen to this very carefully. Importance of baseline value of any test for a given person, that is the patient's own result of a test when there is absolutely no reason for an abnormal value of that particular test. Let me explain this to you with the form of an example. Let us say that the normal hemoglobin range for adult Indian males is 13 to 17 gram percent. Suppose we have a male patient whose normal hemoglobin baseline level is 17 gram percent, but it is not known to him because he never got it tested. Now suppose he develops something known as a hemolytic process, that is a disease in which his RBCs start getting broken down. Because of this, his hemoglobin, which had a baseline normal value of 17 gram percent, starts falling, becomes 16, 15, 14, 13, and by chance gets detected at this level during routine health checkup. Now see, 13, 17 both are within normal range, and in very busy pathology lab where the pathologist has no access to the patient's complaints, there is very little chance that the pathologist will think of a hemolytic process. On the other hand, if the baseline level of 17 gram percent is known to the pathologist, he will note a significant drop of 4 gram percent of hemoglobin, will carefully review the peripheral smear of that person, do certain other tests, and then correctly arrive at the diagnosis of hemolytic process, which otherwise would have been lost. What applies to hemoglobin applies almost equally to all other tests. Hence, next time when you get your pathology testing done from a good pathology lab and get normal results, don't feel it has been a waste of your time, money and energy. Be happy that you have got good results and have come to know your own baseline values. There are certain other complexities in this issue, but I will not bore you with those. The next commonly asked question is, how frequently should pathology lab testing be done? Patients usually go to the pathology lab either for their routine annual health checkup or if they have been asked to get certain tests done by their treating doctor. Now, as far as routine annual health checkup is concerned, between the age of 40 to 60 years, it is always advisable to get certain basic tests done once a year. These basic tests could be hemogram, urine routine, kidney function test, liver function test, diabetes screen, because as you know, diabetes is rampant in India, lipid profile, vitamin B12 and vitamin D. I have included vitamin B12 and vitamin D in this list because deficiencies of both these vitamins is very common in Indian society, and supplementation, if there is a deficiency, results in marked improvement in the quality of life of people. Now, if the patient's age is more than 60 years, then routine health checkup needs to be done twice a year. Apart from the basic test, what actual tests need to be done can be advised by the clinician or even by the pathologist, who after all is a clinician first and then a pathologist. And by doing this, it is more likely that you will pick up disease processes at an early stage. The third question that comes to the minds of patients is how to select a good pathology lab. Most patients would like to zero in on a good pathology lab and do all investigations from that lab for the rest of their lives. Actually, this is a correct practice, and since we are talking about a long-term association, I would like to give you certain tips of how to select a good pathology lab, what to look for before you finalize a pathology lab for testing. The most important point is presence of a full-time pathologist. It has to be a pathologist-run lab. Preferably, he should be full-time 8 hours. If the workload of the lab is very less, then at least that pathologist should ensure that all testing is done under his supervision. There are certain technician-run labs where the pathologists do not supervise the work and just give signatures. Please always avoid such pathology labs. Indian law does not permit technicians to sign on the reports. Technicians are meant to assist pathologists in lab work. They play a very important role, but they should not sign reports independent of the pathologist. So this is first important point. You may even ask the owner of the lab where is the pathologist, and you have to take certain efforts to go at various different times to ensure that the lab work is indeed done under supervision of a pathologist. Second point is NABL or ISO accreditation. Now, although these such a logo on the lab report is the only objective way of assessing lab quality, give more importance to your own experience with the lab rather than any such logo. If you are satisfied with its services, please go ahead, no problem. Third is proximity to home, workplace. This is natural and it's also correct to do so for practical reasons. However, if you feel that the pathology lab is not fulfilling the criteria which I have told, then please change the pathology lab. Expertise of the pathologist matters a lot, but I know the question that is coming to your mind: how are you in a position to evaluate expertise of the pathologist who is a postgraduate medical doctor? I know it is difficult. I know one can never be sure, but what you can do is just get a gut feeling of how the pathologist is interacting with you. When you ask certain questions related to the report, does he give you a satisfactory answer? Okay, then what is the quality of reporting? Now, the technical quality of reporting, obviously you will find it difficult to evaluate because it's a highly complex subject. But friends, although we have completed all the important topics that we were going to discuss, as a bonus, I will give you certain tips to get most out of the path lab testing. First tip is carry all your previous reports done in any diagnostic center and show those to the technician or the pathologist. If any tests have been repeated, make a table showing changes in the values of that analyte over a period of time. I'll just show you like this. Okay, so you put the date, put the tests which have been done, and then it will be easy for the pathologist or the technician to compare. Second tip is, even if the lab staff do not ask you on their own, do tell about your present symptoms and any treatment including Ayurvedic, homeopathic and home remedies which you have already taken, and see to it that this information is mentioned on the test requisition form. In case of an abnormal, unexpected value, this will save valuable efforts for the lab staff in trying to contact you for the desired information. Note that medicines that you may be taking can directly influence accuracy and reliability of the lab reports. How well information provided by you is correlated with the lab and other results depends upon the knowledge and skill of the pathologist. And the third tip is, please get pathology testing done as soon as the treating doctor asks you to do so. It is a common tendency to postpone lab testing. Remember, what the clinician is trying to do is correlate your symptoms, which you told him, with the pathology lab results. Okay, so values of some analytes, they keep on changing, and hence if you show test report done after a delay of a few days, it may not correlate with the clinical suspicion that the physician had when he examined you, and it will be a sheer waste of your money. Also note that since one cannot go back in time, the diagnostic opportunity lost is lost forever. Okay, and as we discussed first, there were 3 more questions that are usually asked. Why do results vary between 2 different labs? Why am I being asked to repeat a particular test? And why charges for same test differs between different pathology labs? We will address these questions in the next video. Okay friends, with that we come to the end of the first video. Hope you gained some information and some of your doubts were clarified. In case you want me to make videos on few more topics, please mention that in the comment section below. And please do not forget to subscribe and to like this channel and click on the bell notification so that as and when I make the video, you will come to know of it promptly. Thank you very much for a patient listening.